guys, it's me again, Manny at Manny Mod's Garage. I am not recording with my mic, so we guys can get that. It's me again, Manny at Manny Mod's Garage, and I have another bag installation video. Thanks to my boy Trenton. As you guys remember, he is in this clip right now. Yes, that's the guy. Did a video a long time ago of the TRX whooping his ass. And it was pretty good. It worked out pretty well in my favor.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
So watch that video and watch a TRX destroy a CTS-V wagon 6-speed manual. It's a great video. However, on this video, we're going to be bagging it. So right now, this is a project in the works. They're getting it wrapped. It's beautiful, beautiful purple. The bumpers are about to get finished. I'm going to show you guys the full before and after. But currently, we're just about to start tearing down this whole suspension and getting everything done up. So we're about to do the unboxing of a few things here and there. He decided to go with PSI suspension. I just did one for the Genesis not too long ago, and that was a very good suspension. I'm very impressed with how that stuff works and how it's put together. So let's get to it. I'm going to do one side, and then I will record the other side and kind of give you guys an idea of what it took to do the bags. I'm not going to give you guys a full tutorial on everything. I'm just going to do a general, hey, this is how I did it. This is what ran here. This is how this went. And then you guys could probably decipher and pick up what I've been doing. So if you're trying to do a CTS-V wagon, that's kind of how it goes down. This is a 4-gallon seamless. This is the new standard when we order bags. You order like the basic kit, it'll come with this, which is really nice because the old kit came with that ugly tank over there. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna start with the rear because the rear is a little more complicated than the front. Unfortunately, PSI is missing a few things, and I understand because when it comes to custom like air suspension kits for like specific cars like this, you really can't get it all. Sometimes you're gonna miss pieces or whatever the case is, but it seems like they sold him a regular CTS-V sedan or coupe suspension kit. But with the owner's, permission, my boy Trent, he hooked it up. We're gonna figure it out. So this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna take out the rear strut, and then I'm going to take out these lower control arm nuts, these big ass ones right here. They're 2 different sizes. I'm just letting you know that there's 2 big ass nuts. Then the spring literally pops out. These little bushings, you gotta remove them. A few other things, honestly, that's basically it, really. What would you have, well, I'll show you guys in a second when I start installing the bag, what we gotta do in order to install the bag properly, and then we'll go from there. It's a wagon, you gotta take apart everything, like the steering wheel and all. No, I'm just kidding. You gotta pop all this crap out. You gotta take out the upper piece where the speaker's at. You gotta pop all this out just to get access to the 3 nuts that hold down the top of the strut. And then you gotta take these tracks out. You gotta take a bunch of stuff out. It's mostly common sense, y'all. When you start trying to rip things out, panels or whatever, you're gonna wanna remove a bunch of bolts, pop clips or whatever, and then just to get access to those strut towers. Once that's all done, then you can take out the strut. So, yeah. Sensors on the top of the struts, you have to disconnect them. They're gonna throw a code unless you get the canceller kit, and you're good to go. Don't make the mistake in installing these, forgetting to put the fitting on. That's one of the parts that PSI did forget, was the fittings for these bags. So what you gotta do is we gotta take off the top metal coupler thingy, bracket thing. And we got our fitting. That sits in there just like that. Then there's this nut that screws onto the bottom of it, but you need a big ass washer. Here's your washer. I just took it off the suspension, and then you just put this in there. That makes sense. So go here, put it there, bottom. And slide this out. Little clip thingy. Push this in. Comes out. Useless. All right, now I gotta take this out. Y'all, so check it out. Very simple. There's a 3/4 nut on the top of the strut all the way up here. So what I did was I did the opposite of what you guys are probably doing. I did not waste any time. So what I do is I removed that nut all the way. Yes, and a lot of y'all are going to be telling me that's crazy. The strut can explode and blow up the whole car. No, it's not. I've done this a million times. You take out the strut first, the nut in the top. As you loosen everything, it'll decompress itself, and then the strut just kind of like unloosens itself. That's it. It just decompresses on its own as you basically take out the lower control arm. But in order for that to work, you have to put the jack underneath the rotor. So when you have the jack underneath the rotor, you take out the 18mm that's here. You take out the sway bar link right here. You disconnect the sway bar link. You disconnect the 18mm on the top, like I said. And then this is basically ready to go. The only thing I have to do now is take out these two 13mm bolts that hold the strut in the bottom, and everything should fall out with no problems. And that's it. So I took both ground wires that go to the harnesses that power up everything, and I put them together because there's no need to have them separate. So yeah, I mean, if you want to have them separate, you can, but they're both going to the same thing. Same thing with the power. So I put both fuses, I kind of zip tie them together, and I just put them together so that when they're on the positive, it's just a lot more simpler that way. Then what I do is, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but I took off that red cover over the battery, and I'm basically just going to connect it to one of these positive terminals. And then the negative, there's a ground down there. You probably can't, you will see it when you're looking at it. I'm just going to put the ground down there, and that should be pretty simple. And I'm zip tying everything up, getting everything nice and pretty. Here, I also fed the remote wire down here. So I don't know if you can see it. So there's a pocket right here. This hole, I drilled a hole with a step bit all the way through. I fit the drill to the other side, and I drilled it as well. And I fed all the wires through here real nice. I'm about to zip tie everything real nice and clean cut. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. And I'll show you some more of what I did. So down here, I have the management system drilled into it, and then I have a connector. All the wires are a little bunched up, but I'm about to zip tie everything real tight, real nice. Here's the one compressor set wires, the other compressor set of wires, the remote wire, drilled a little small hole, got the remote wire to go all the way through to the front. So that's going to be real nice. So everything's going to be tucked in, electrical and pneumatic lines. See all the pneumatic lines there. I have the pneumatic lines in this pocket here. Let's see if we can focus. Right there. Same thing on the other side. See? But on the bottom side of the car, as you can see, I have the fittings. See, I put like grommets, real nice grommets. And then the airlines are fed through the top of the suspension, over the cradle. So nothing will get pinched by suspension or anything like that. It just goes over the entire cradle and ran with the fuel lines underneath the car. So, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. He's got these fuel lines running up on the chassis, and everything's ran with that. All the way down, so nothing gets kind of pinched or kinked or whatever. On the front, there's the braided line right there, so it doesn't hit the tire or anything like that on full turns, full tilt or whatever. And it's tucked into the bottom, and it goes down the bottom over here, there. But everything's going with the channel of the car. See, like, so if the bottom got hit for whatever reason, it'll hit that big frame first. And I mean, if it got hit by anything in general, we ran over everything, or ever over anything. Yeah, he's got that fuel line. That's worse than the actual airline. Also, he's going to put all the trays in the bottom. If I'm not mistaken, he took off the side skirts because he's getting everything wrapped up. So it's going to work out pretty well. Everything's going to be covered as usual. Okay, so what the customer wants, he wants a tank like this, and the compressor is kind of like diagonal or whatever. We're going to wrap the tank real quick. It doesn't take much. And what I did was I just basically, there's like a line right here. And I just measured it from there. 4 inches, 4 inches, 7 inches from the edge, 7 inches from the edge, just so that the brackets are exactly where they need to be. Now all I got to do is basically lift the tank and drill some holes, put it on there, and we're good.
Oh, snappity snap snap. Ow!
Wasn't that bad, guys. Very simple. PSI missed a whole bunch of stuff on this particular build. The last build that I did, or bag setup that I did, wasn't too bad. It's just this one missed a whole bunch of fittings. I had to go sourcing them out there, try to figure out certain fittings, where they at. I had to take some off my HELLCAT just to get this one going. But I'm super excited to see the final result. So at this moment, as you can see right here, he doesn't have his bumper, his rear bumper, his side skirts, because he's getting them professionally wrapped, guys. Not too long ago, I gave it a shot. I tried to wrap his bumper, and it came out pretty good for my first time, but it did not look good up close. So they're going to get that done. I'm going to do a final video of the whole car once it's completely wrapped. So I'm excited for that. It's going to look really, really cool. He's got carbon fiber fenders, carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber wrapped roof, trunk, or hatch. And a whole bunch of other stuff. But overall, guys, I think that this one was probably like a 6 out of 10 as far as like difficulty to bag this car. Tank setup was pretty simple. Luckily, this stuff is has like hard plastic or whatever. He saved a lot of money, a lot of time by going through me. Most shops would probably look at this car, and just because they see V wagon, they're just gonna automatically hit you with that V wagon tax, guys, and they'll probably charge him anywhere from like $1,600 to $2,500 just to install the stuff. Now, I did it very simple and very professional, guys. In certain areas, it might look somewhat janky to you guys, but you have to remember the undercover tray, all that belly pan, those wires and those cables are very high up, very secure, near the fuel lines, battery lines, brake lines, all the very major components for the vehicle itself. So, also, he will be putting all the undercover trays as well back on the car once he gets the side skirts installed. But man, this looks amazing. I can't wait to see the final product. The car tucks really, like sick. The fitment is very sick on the car. So it tucks very well on the back. And as far as the front, the fitment is not as best as you want it, but he has to be careful because he has carbon fiber fenders. And last thing you want to do is crack one of those bad boys, and it's going to be a bad day. Overall, I think it came out pretty good. If you guys have any questions on how I did stuff and how I approach certain things, because there are specific things in this car that are unique to other builds. So if you guys have any questions and you have a V yourself and you're trying to bag it, please don't hesitate to hit me up on Instagram, manny.mopar, or my YouTube channel itself. Just hit me in the comment section and I'll try to help you as much as I can. So please do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and I will get back to you guys till next time. Peace out.